Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to cover the second law of thermodynamics, Clausius statement and their application. Also you go through my previous video, I am going to cover the first statement, that is the Kelvin-Planck statement and their application. In that application I am going to cover the thermopower plant and the car engine where we can't get the 100% work. Okay, we supplying this amount of energy in the form of q, but we can't get the 100% work. Why you can't get all the factors or the different aspects I already discussed in the previous video. Towards we go move further now in the second statement, that is a Clausius statement. See, Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics is as below. It is impossible to construct a device as a heat pump that operates in a cycle and produce no effect other than the transfer of heat from lower temperature to higher temperature body. The statement means that heat can't flow from cold body. Is very important. The heat can't flow from the cold body to hot body without any work input. We know that heat always flows from the body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature. It is always from a higher body temperature to the lower body temperature. According to Clausius, if you carry or if to transfer the heat from lower body temperature to the higher body temperature, it is possible only when we need some external work. Then and then that case only the heat is transferred from lower body to the higher body. This is the Clausius statement. The spontaneously we know that the heat is flows from higher body to the lower body. According to Clausius, I am going to revise. According to Clausius, the heat is flows possible lower to higher, but it consumes some kind of work input. Then and then it possible. Okay, today we discuss the actual applications where we carry the heat from lower to the higher. Then you can understood this concept. I suddenly asked the students, they always told that the heat is always from higher to lower. It's highly impossible. But when I correlate with the day-to-day life example, they can easily understood. Yes, sir. This heat is flows lower to higher. So today we see how it is. The Clausius statement now I am going to represent graphically. If we see the first statement or the first graphical image, this I am giving numbering. If you see the first figure, the heat is flows from lower, that TL is the lower temperature and the TH is the higher temperature. If we see here, the heat is flows from the lower to the higher. If we see here in that, if we see this is the system. Okay, and that figure shows the system is not consuming any kind of work. Without any consuming work, it flows the heat lower to the higher. But according to Clausius, practically this is highly impossible. See now the towards second figure, the heat is flows from higher body reservoir to the lower body reservoir. Okay, there is no need to additional work. Okay, this is a spontaneous phenomenon, this is natural phenomena, so this statement is true according to Clausius. If you see the third figure, the heat is flows from lower body to the higher body, but it is possible this system is consuming some kind of work. So this is the correct statement of the Clausius statement. So according to Clausius, we conclude these three statements. This is highly impossible to carry the heat from lower to the higher without external work. If you see the second figure, the heat is carries from higher to the lower. It's a natural phenomena. And we see the third, heat is carries from lower to the higher, but it consumes some kind of work. So hopes you understood the Clausius statement. Now the first application of the Clausius statement, that is the refrigerator. If you go in detail, there is one subject in mechanical engineering, that is the RAC, the refrigeration air conditioning. In that subject we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, today now in the as a application point of view, I just give this functionality where it apply. This is the application, the first application of the Clausius statement. It is the refrigerator. It is also called as a vapor compression refrigeration system, or is also called as a VCRS cycle. V stands for vapor, C for compression, R for refrigeration, and S for system, vapor compression refrigeration system. It consists of mainly four components. First one is the compressor, second one is the condenser, third one is the expansion valve, again third is the fourth is the evaporator. Okay, there is a refrigerator is nothing but our domestic fridge. Okay, if we see the refrigerator now in everywhere in kitchen, okay, that is the application which follows the Clausius statement. Okay, how it follows the Clausius statement? Now I'm going to compare, or you can easily correlate this domestic refrigerator with this cycle. So I purposefully keep this actual application of that refrigerator image in front of you, so you can easily correlate with this cycle. Okay, I already told there are four components. First one starts with the compressor. Okay, we know the what is the functionality of compressor. Now it going to compress the air. Now it compress the refrigerant. Okay, see that in that VCRS cycle, the working fluid is the refrigerant, and this is not air. Okay, this is a refrigerant. Okay, in rack sub we go in detail. Now we just see where is any. This is the working fluid is refrigerant. First role or the functionality of the compressor, it compresses the low pressure, low temperature. See here, low pressure, low temperature from evaporator. Okay, that is the suction from that low pressure, low temperature refrigerant, low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant. I again say low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant sucked by the compressor. And after compression, this compression nothing but there is piston cylinder arrangement. Okay, after compression becomes it high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. Okay, this is the role of compressor. If we see, this is the hermetically sealed compressor at the bottom of our fridge. Okay, so you can easily understood this is the compressor. Now that high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant flows now into the condenser. Okay, if we see the back side of our fridge, there is the coils. If we observe, if you see, this is like that, coils like that. Okay, and if we see the connection from that bottom of our compressor, this is our condenser. If we touch that, we feel some hot. The coil is hot because this coil is continuously rejecting heat to the surrounding. If also feel in that when you enter in the kitchen, some you feel that warm because there is one device, there is one system in that kitchen, that is our domestic refrigerator, which continuously rejecting heat. Okay, that is the purpose. This is the functionality. So condenser, when rejecting its heat, what happen? That high temperature, high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant is converted into now high pressure, high temperature liquid refrigerant. Okay, after rejecting the heat, that vapor refrigerant is converted into the liquid refrigerant. Now, when that high pressure, high temperature liquid refrigerant now flows through the expansion device. Now, what is meant by expansion device? In short, in simply, this is a condenser pipe diameter, and it flows through the expansion device. Nothing but in our domestic refrigerator is a capillary tube. The tube having very small diameter. So there is sudden drop in area. There is sudden drop in area from condenser pipe diameter to that capillary pipe type. So there is sudden drop in area. So there is sudden drop in a pressure and sudden drop in a temperature. Now the low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant, that is the our evaporator. If we see, there is a freezer in the domestic refrigerator, this will be called as a freezer. If we see the compartment of that our freezer, okay, there is a compartment like that, and over that compartment this evaporating coil is a wrap. If you also see this, the old type of refrigerator, we easily observe this is the coils is the wrap around that chamber. Okay, so that evaporating coil flows the very low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerants. Okay, and the food content in that domain or the food content in this compartment, okay, having higher temperature, and we know that heat is always naturally flows from higher to the lower body temperature. So that heat is absorbed by that liquid refrigerant flowing through the coil. Okay, this is the indirect contact. So that food is rejecting heat toward that coil, or the coil is absorbing heat. So after absorbing the heat, that liquid refrigerant again becomes vapor refrigerant. So that compressor again inlet low pressure low temperature vapor refrigerant. So the liquid refrigerant absorbing heat from that chamber. Okay, and that liquid form is converted to again vapor, and this cycle is continuously going on. So again, I also discussed there one question in the university question papers or autonomous question papers. The refrigerator is either open, closed, or isolated. Some students is written as open. I don't know why it is open, because the same refrigerant is used again and again. When it becomes liquid, it absorbing heat from our freeze, it becomes again vapor, and that cycle is continuously going on. So it is the same refrigerant, same working fluid I am going to use. So it is a closed system. There is only interaction of energies. There is only exchange of heat and work. How? If you see the domestic refrigerator, one kind of energy enter in the system, that is the electric work. Okay, and one kind of energy is away from the system. I am going to change ink color so you can easily demonstrate. Okay, one kind of energy is enter, that is the electric work, and one kind of heat energy is rejecting from the system, that is a Q out. Okay, also from the food chamber is absorbing heat. So if you see this system, and across the system there is exchange of energies, like the electric energy enter, and the energies from the condenser energies out, from evaporator is energy absorbed from that our domestic refrigerator. So there is exchange of energies takes place. So I conclude that in this system there is only exchange of energies, but there is no any transfer of mass across the boundary of the system. So domestic refrigerator is a closed system. Okay, if we now I'm going to represent diagrammatically. If we see in the form of block diagram, if you see this is symbol of compression. When I draw a circle, what it indicates, it is the system. Okay, in that system is nothing but how it looks. See the compressor, condenser, expansion valve, and the evaporator. Okay, what is the role of evaporator? Why design the evaporator? If you see, the evaporator is placed in our freeze. Okay, evaporator is absorbing heat from our domestic refrigerator. So for that, this system, okay, system is means there is a combination of compressor, condenser, expansion device, and evaporator. For that system, what is the source? We designed for to absorb the heat from our that designed chamber from freeze. So the cold refrigerator space, where continuously evaporator absorbing heat from that chamber, so that space becomes now cool, and this is the source for that system. And after absorbing heat from that evaporator, where to rejecting via condenser. If you see that backside of the freeze, okay, it is rejecting to the environment. So sink, where to going to reject the heat, the sink is environment for that domestic refrigerator. In also coming next video, I am going to discuss comparison between all the three applications, that is the comparison between heat engine, heat pump, and the refrigerator. Okay, today's lecture I'm just going to discuss the domestic refrigerator applications. Okay, so hopes you understand. For that, it is, if we observe that now how it follows the Clausius statement. Clausius told that heat is flows from lower to higher. If you see, the heat is flows lower to higher, TL to TH is possible only it consumes some compressor work. So heat is absorbing from that evaporator chamber, and the heat is rejected by a condenser. That low temperature to high temperature flowing of heat is possible with the help of only compressor. So the compressor provides the flow work to the system continuously. So it follows the Clausius statement. 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 So it follows the Cla Okay, can we say Q out? The answer to the question is unfortunately a firm no. Okay, we can't. If you see here in the previous figure, if there is a Q rejection of Q towards the condenser, via condenser we rejecting heat to the environment. If there is a Q rejection, if I am going to make zero, then how the whole systems move further, or the how the cycle is going to complete? So it is highly impossible. In that case, we can't regain that vapor refrigerant to liquid refrigerant. In case of the steam power plant also, if there is there is no condenser in a plant, then how to convert the steam into water? So without rejecting heat, we can't get the original phase of that working substance, and we can't get original phase, we can't run the plant, or we can't run the system. So in that case, rejection, if we keep Q out zero, then it is highly impossible to run the system. Okay, before going to that next application, I just the perform how to measure its performance. Okay, now how to draw a block diagram. Okay, there is one system. Now that system you call as a refrigerator. That system, you know that any system needs the, according to second law of thermodynamics, need two reservoirs. Okay, according to Kelvin also we need two reservoirs. Okay, now in that reservoir there is one reservoir is always at higher temperature and another reservoir at lower temperature. But that reservoir is again classified. You know that the reservoir classified is the source and sink. And always remember, the source is not always is higher temperature and sink is not always lower temperature. It varies according to applications. So if you see in that case, that refrigerator, what is the source? The source is lower temperature, the space where to going to cool, and the sink is the environment. In that case, sink is act as the environment, and the source is the space where going to be cool. Okay, this space is becomes lower temperature, where how the refrigerator or the evaporator in the system is continuously absorbing heat from the space, like a window AC. Okay, there is another application of that Clausewitz is the window AC, that is window air conditioning system. What it does, it continuously rejecting heat from the room, means vice versa, it maintain the temperature, it going to cool the room. Is possible only we going to remove the heat, so the space is becomes cold because it rejecting or it absorbing heat via evaporator, and via condenser is rejecting heat to the environment. This possible only with supplying electric work, and this electric work is nothing but QR minus QA. Now how the efficiency of that refrigerator measure? We know that is called as a coefficient of performance, is very important, very important. In case of heat engine, the performance is measured in the form of thermal efficiency. In case of domestic refrigerator or the window AC, that kind of applications, the performance measured in the form of coefficient of performance, COP, is equal to output upon input. So what is the output of this plant? What is the purpose of window AC? What is the purpose of domestic refrigerator? Is the refrigerating effect. Upon work supplied. Input is nothing but how its systems work because of work supplied. Now refrigerating effect, how much of refrigerating effect we get? Sir, what amount of energy absorbed by that evaporator, that much of refrigerating effect we get. So refrigerating effect is the QA. What amount of work supplied here? QR minus QA, that is the coefficient of performance for the domestic refrigerator. Okay, in the form of temperature, how I write here? In the form of how temperature, QA. Okay, QA is nothing but low temperature, I written as a T2. In the form of QR minus QA, QR is the higher temperature, is written as a T1 minus T2. So also you can written in the form of TL upon TH minus TL. These are the very important. In further videos, I'm going to discuss this few numericals so you can correlate these applications in day-to-day life. Hope you understood the Closter statement and their application for the domestic refrigerator. In next video, I'm going to cover the heat pump. So hopes you understood. Thank you. Those students still not subscribing, please subscribe my channel for their coming videos or updating your knowledge in the mechanical streams. Thank you. Thank you very much.